kirja liittyen entinen puhdistus ja kristittyjen vainot Nigeriassa. Sen hallituksen toimesta sekä pyyntö muuta vaikuttaa Biafran itsenäisyysprosessiin Nigeriassa.
Kiitos.
Kiitos.
Breaking news. Justice Minister breaks silence on Simon Èkpá extradition claims. Now, before I go into this news in detail, honestly, I watched this video that I just showed. The video that I just played of Simon Èkpá, submitting the letter to the Finnish government, concerning Biafra. And I was actually marveled in the way Simon Èkpá, took the Biafran struggle. He made sure that internationally, he made the struggle even more popular. That is why till today, when it comes to the international scene, so many people are looking at Biafra, looking at what they stand, and looking at what the zoo government has been doing to our people. So kudos to Simon Èkpá Njoko as we continue to, call for the immediate release of Simon Èkpá Njoko. Now there is a good news, but the first news that will be dropping is on this particular good news, which most of you must have heard, and that is the issue of the Justice Minister, speaking on Simon Èkpá's extradition, claiming that they cannot extradite Simon Èkpá. You'll be hearing the news. And the second news, which is also very important. Honestly, Biafrans, I am happy, to announce to you that as it stands, Simon Èkpá's associates that were arrested together have been released from Finland, and their case has actually ended. Now let us hear the news in details. The news. Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi has clarified that the federal government has not initiated extradition proceedings against separatist leader Simon Èkpá Njoko. In a statement released by Kamarudin Ogundele, Special Advisor to the President on Communication and Publicity Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, Fagbemi said recent media report had misinterpreted his comment made during a stakeholders or citizen engagement forum held on Thursday in Abuja. According to the statement, Fagbemi explained that the Nigerian government is currently in talks with Finnish authorities to hold Èkpá accountable for his actions. However, no extradition process has been started. He emphasized that the allegation against Èkpá involve cross-border crimes, and Nigeria is carefully watching the legal developments in Finland before determining any further steps. Ogundele added that the AGF stressed the importance of waiting for the outcome of Èkpá's trial in Finland to guide Nigeria's next course of action. Fagbemi also called on journalists to avoid speculative reporting on such delicate matters. Simon Èkpá, who is the leader of the Biafran Republic government in exile, the prime minister, was actually arrested last year. And it is, a good news, also to us, because during this whole issue and the whole trends, that happened when they were saying that Simon Èkpá was going to be extradited, and the zoo government kept on using their media, to say a lot of things. I knew so many people who were scared, so many people said a lot of things, and the panic was much in Biafran land because of this. But the good news here is that Simon Èkpá is not going to be extradited back to the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. I've said this over and over again, and I say it with every confidence in me. Each time they bring up the case of Simon Èkpá and Njoko, I tell them, there is no way Simon Èkpá can be extradited. It's just by common sense. First of all, you don't just extradite. Forget about this whole thing that happened in Kenya, which Kenya government, are trying to drag us Nigeria to ICC court. In as much as the zoo are actually saying that that post was actually misleading. But the reality is that the whole cases against the zoo in the ICC court, they failed, to come out and defend any. It is not about going about telling everybody and claiming that that Biafrans are terrorists, that Simon Èkpá is a terrorist, that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. What evidence do you have to prove this? Walai, honestly speaking, no evidence whatsoever. They only bask on propagandas and corruption, finding a way to penetrate countries so as to gain whatever they want. But that is not the issue. The issue is that there is good news for Biafran, and there is hope, for the immediate release of Simon Èkpá Njoku as we continue to raise our voices high. Now, let us go into the main issue and the second good news that I promised to tell you. Listen to this video and make sure you share it to as many groups and platforms as possible.
Breaking news. Big win for Biafra as Finland ends the case of other 4 Biafrans arrested with Mazi Simon Èkpá, as the Prime Minister is expected to be the next. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 15th of May 2025, and I have a very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, it don't happen. This very news is one of the biggest news so far this year, actually, this very year. Oh yes, this year. As I'm speaking to you, it has become official. It is now official that Finnish authority has ended the case, terminated the case, discharged, acquitted. I don't know which other word to use. The allegation of financing terrorism against other 4 Biafrans that were arrested with the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Èkpá. Now I'm going to break it down to you bit by bit, and I want you to pay very close attention. It is no longer news that when the Prime Minister was arrested in November 2024, there were other 4 Biafrans who were also arrested in conjunction with whatever allegation that they leveled against the Prime Minister. So, but the Finnish authority and their news platforms did not make the names of these 4 Biafrans known to the public. But we, the Biafran people, especially those who know, actually know those who are involved. But for the fact that the case was still under investigation, and for the security of these 4 Biafrans, we in the media decided not to, mention their names for their own security reasons. Now, yesterday, there was a speculation, a rumor that was flying all over the places, and then I got that very information. So because I did not know the authenticity of that very information, I decided not to talk about it yesterday. Then today, this very morning today, I put a call across to one of the people, one of the 4 Biafrans. I said, I put a call across. I am not telling you what somebody told me, neither am I telling you about the rumor. No, I said today, I personally put a call across. I called one of the 4 men, 4 innocent Biafrans that were picked up the same time they arrested Mazi Simon Èkpá in Finland. I equally asked him, by myself, there's a rumor that you and your colleagues have been, discharged and acquitted. In fact, that the Finnish authority has terminated, because the matter has not even gone to the court. So using the word discharged and acquitted is not actually the right word to use. Because of what? The matter has not been charged to court. This is authentic information. If I'm about authentic news, and no, no, the matter has never ever for one day been charged to court. The matter was still under criminal investigation by the Finnish police, not the court. So today, when I was talking to the brother, he authoritatively told me, he called me, he said, Odinanwa, that is not a rumor, that the matter has been terminated. The case has been terminated. The Finnish authority has ended the case. That his lawyer called him day before yesterday. Because he told me, okay, now let me break it down for you. He told me that when they were released, they were told that tomorrow, being 16th of May, is going to be the day they will appear in court. Tomorrow, 16th of May, they are going to appear in court for proceedings. Now, day before yesterday, his lawyer called him and told him that, look, my brother, that case has been terminated, even without being charged to court. He said, what is going on? Wow, how do you mean? What are you talking about? The lawyer told him that the police called him and said to him that the case has been terminated because of what? That since they were released, they have been under investigation. The Finnish authority has been investigating them, investigating the alleged terrorism financing, allegation against them since then till day before yesterday. And then the lawyers were called by the police that they have concluded their investigation. I am giving you lay down. Everything I tell you here is not nase, that I spoke straight, directly, one-on-one to one of the people in question. So I heard from the horse's mouth. That's why I'm giving you the authentic information the way it happened. That they have ended the investigation. And to be honest, they did not find anything that has to do with financing terrorism. So therefore, they have to end the matter.